Hey everyone, how's it going today? As you can see, my WRX have nothing real special, just regular seats. These are from 2017, so they're not even the leather ones, it's just a cloth. So what I'm going to do is actually change the look of this whole interior. It's going to be a huge difference. And let's get started on this. So to deal with these kind of bad looking seats, Kustom Interiors, here we go. So they reached out to me and were able to send me some seats. Let's take a look at what we got here. So with the seats, it all comes in one bag itself, and you get your passenger front as well as your driver, and then as well as the rear and all of the headrests. Now it looks like the fronts have some red stitching on them, and the backs are just kind of a black. And you can see you have the middle one as well. So they definitely don't cheap out on this, and I mean, just look at that material here. So it's some nice quality leather look to it. Let's take a look at the bottom of one of these seats here. Wow, that's a huge upgrade. So just look at this here. Okay, look at that, man. I can't wait to get these on. Now I am going to show you step by step how you do it, and wanted to just say thanks again to Kustom Interior for providing me with these seats here for y'all to see. They're an amazing brand that just by feeling this I can tell that they're going to be very, very solid. It's going to have a custom look to the car and really just change the look. Now what they focus on is making sure that you're not just buying a type of seat cover. This is literally like, if you can sew this into the seat, which I may even look to see about doing, these are direct replacement. I mean, it's going to keep your seat clean, but also just give you that look to really stand out from everyone else. So I don't want to take any more time, let's get to it. Now let's take a second to get more familiar with the seats. You do have your back pouch area here, the zipper on the side, which we can undo since we're putting it on. But as you flip it over, you can see you have your two spots for your headrest at the top, and then at the bottom you have kind of these little discs. Now what these discs do is you just fit them in between the two cushions, so basically slide in and twist. That way it holds the base of the seat in. So let's move on to the bottom here. As you can see, man, I can't wait to get these all installed. But again, nice quality, nothing really stands out on the top, but underneath you have a strap that goes underneath the seat. You have these tabs as well that just tuck in between the two, the top and bottom, as well as you have some hooks that go underneath that attach. So let's get to it. So in getting into these seats, the first thing that you're going to want to do is pull your lever, push down on the back. That way you can get to your headrest. Now on your headrest, you have a little tab on the side that you can squeeze. It slides up, just like so. A little bit more difficult to do one-handed. You see, I did hit the top here, so I have to pull it back a little more. Boom, there we go. Top headrest out. Now again, before I put this up on the top here, I wanted to point out that you do have the zipper on the back that needs to be fully opened, as well as you do have a driver and passenger side, so the zipper itself will go away, so basically on the interior side of it. And all you do is literally just shimmy the seat on over your original here. So that's what I'm going to work on now. Alright, so in doing this, I'm actually going to start from the back here. Flip the cover up. Basically, all you do is just work, slide it along the sides. Now, you want to take your time to make sure that you get everything right here. And I'll probably do a couple more adjustments once it's fully seated on here. But there we go. Now the only other thing I have to do right now is reach across to the back over here, make sure that everything's tucked in good, and what I'm doing is actually just closing the zipper. So there we go. Like I said, we got the bottom pieces. What I'm gonna do, Again, just make sure that everything's tight. And you slide these down at the bottom here. It takes a little bit of effort. There we go. One done. And get the other two. So there's two down. Let's do the third here. So finally finished up the third. Now, do see it sticks out a little bit on here, but whenever I move up the seat, you're gonna see the difference that it makes. Now for the top area here, what you simply have to do is push all along one side. That way you can get one side secure. I'll go ahead and work it a little bit just to show you here. So this is what I was talking about. You get one side secure, and then you simply try to do it on camera here. You simply push. There we go. It pops right up. So basically repeat on the other side, and we're pretty much finished up with the top. Wow, so there we go. We're looking pretty good so far. I'll show you tucking in the back once we do the headrest, and that's exactly what I'm getting to now. So pretty much there's not much to it here. You do have a Velcro strap on the bottom, so once you're done actually placing this headrest cover over, you'll Velcro it underneath, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So we got the seat headrest done. Super simple. It's like basically just putting a pillow in, but it is really tight, form-fitting, and I know over time as we use it, it's going to get a little bit looser where I may need to adjust the bottom here, but for now, pretty pleased with it. I love the stitching on it. So let's go ahead and throw it in on top. Wow, and you can already see what a huge difference this makes here. I went ahead and I had done the other side just to figure out everything here, but wow, look at that pattern too. Man, yeah, let's get the bottom on here in a minute, but first, before we move on to that, did want to touch here and get a good light for you. Underneath, as you can see, we have two hooks, so one here, then one here. So basically this is just flat. It goes underneath like this, and you just connect the hooks underneath the seat. Now you do have a bar up near the front where these hooks work really well. You just kind of have to feel around underneath to get it done. All right, well, let's move on to the bottom now. As you can see, again, you got your tabs, your buckle that goes underneath. Make sure you unbuckle that first, that way you can fit it around the seat, and then your two hooks on there. So simply set it on here, get it formed, and wow, we'll take a look here in just a minute. And just look how impressive that is here. Now with the hooks on the bottom, I did realize that once you actually connect underneath, you can connect the hooks in the front as well as the ones in the rear to that actual strap itself. Makes it a little bit easier, but wow, just look at how nice that is here. So yeah, definitely do not cheap out whenever you're going with these covers. Make sure you get them from Kustom Interior. And wow, can't wait to start on the back now. So front done, let's move on to the rear. Now, I'm looking at the rear. One thing that you have to do is actually pull some tabs. One right here, one on the other side, and all of this will pop out. Now to show you exactly those tabs that I was talking about, this is them here. So basically you pull towards the front of the vehicle on both of them. You don't pull up, you don't pull down, pull out like this. So once you have this basically taken off, go ahead and set it up here on my table, and we'll get the new seat covers applied to it. Now let's work on the rear bottom here. not much different than the top. Simply lay it across, and underneath, let's take a look at all that we have. Now you do have two straps like you did before. You have one right here as well, one right here, actually a third too, one right here. So that's pretty nice. You have all of your tucks, and you have your cross strap here. So whenever you apply this, simply loop your strap up under, right like so. Then from here, simply attach it up top. Let's take a look up here, then up top. We're gonna get this applied and take a look at it. Again, just this quality is so good. Let me flip it over and kind of show you what I did here. Now there's 4 straps total, so you have one here, and move this kind of out of the way. That way it connects properly, as well as this metal down here. So there we go. You got one here. Same on this side. You just kind of move it out of the way and get it all secured properly. And the only thing after that is simply just setting it back down. So here we go. And it looks pretty nice. And I mean, you can just see the detail that they put into it, is that it's not cut off odd or weird or anything, that everything just flows really well. The only other thing I have to do now is with these black tabs, just simply tuck them in. That way I can secure the back. So in finishing out the rear, you just want to take off the 3 headrests, and what you'll do is grab the side, kind of pull it down. That way you can fold everything down, and it's 2 parts to 60-40 split. So we'll work on this side and then work on the other. It has a zipper in between that will connect them. Before I move on, I just want to show you again that you have the rear headrest covers. Both have the Velcro strap underneath. So pretty much all it is just fitting them on top and putting the Velcro on underneath. I'm going to take care of all 3 now. So I now have all of the tops on here. It looks really good on the headrests, and they are pretty difficult to actually get on, but once they're on, you can see it forms really well. So that's just another part of Kustom Interior, is that they don't cheap out by just making the products simply kind of fit on over. These actually form to the headrest itself. So now that we're done with this, let's get on to the rear seat uppers. Alright, so let's work on the rear. As you can see, you have your holes on the top, way they align with what you have for your headrests, as well as the clips on the bottom. Then you have some Velcro as well. So what we're going to do is kind of fold down these seats here and get this section lined up. I think what will be best is to actually put everything through the top first. So I'm going to work on that now. And again, all you have to do is just use some pressure and push along. Everything goes in pretty easy for the most part here. And go ahead and get the center ones. Not too bad. Like I said too, you want to work one side first before moving to the other. Look, already done. So let's go ahead and pull this down. I'll have to come over and get this other one as well. So here we go. Fold it down here. We'll get our Velcro attached here at the top. We'll get our Velcro attached here on the side. And it looks pretty good. The only other thing I have to do now is take these clips, basically force them into the seat here. After doing one or two, it's actually a fairly easy job. once you get the hang of what you're actually trying to do. We'll do the last one here. And there we go. Now this does have a zipper, the 60/40 split. It actually came with this side zippered, but once I install the other side, I'll be able to zipper it on this side as well. That way in the future, if I have to move anything, all you have to do is literally just pull up on the zipper and the seat will come down itself. So let's work on the other side. So in working on the other side, again, all I have to do is kind of pull this top down. The other side was already undone. I'll go ahead and grab my seat here. And again, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Basically just push everything around till it fits in well. So there's one. We're going to two here. Two. And three. All right, get the seatbelt pulled up here. That way it doesn't get tied in. And again, just Velcro on the back. Simple as that. So, oh, I forgot to get my Velcro on the side here. Man, now all I have to do is take my zipper this up, and we're done. Now I got everything secured and kind of adjusted, as well as there was, I think, 2 other Velcro straps on the top that I was able just to get put in, as well as my headrest here. Wow, looks pretty good. I'm gonna pull the car out to the light and let's get some shots of this thing. So if you want some seat covers that are going to be unparalleled against any other, definitely go with Kustom Interior. Thank y'all for making this happen. If y'all have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram at WRX_snowboarder or send them a direct message from their website. But I can't be more happy with the way that these turned out. It's totally changed the look of my WRX, and I'm definitely looking forward to showing these off whenever I pull up at some of the car shows. But really, their quality is going to be unmatched against anything else. And as always, happy driving and enjoy.